Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Amy. So I am going to close out this module today on advanced relapse prevention with a kind of short video on one of the most important components to preventing a lapse from becoming a relapse. First, it is very important to realize that a lapse and a relapse are two completely different things. All right? However, sometimes when you are having a lapse, it is hard to keep that in mind, and I understand. But when you don't, and you begin to beat yourself up over the lapse, you move yourself closer to a relapse. The act of beating yourself up over this lapse is called the abstinence violation effect. Literally, it means that in some small way, you are violating your abstinence, whatever your I will not do blank, whatever that is. You are violating that, and the effect that it is having are these negative beliefs and behaviors that follow. Okay, so among the components of the AVE are a sense that you are weak-willed, and that you're unable to create personal change, and that an expectation of failure is unavoidable, and you also have the problem of immediate gratification, the PIG, which we have talked about before. When sex offenders are not prepared to deal with the abstinence violation effect, the likelihood of a relapse increases. The AVE is experienced most strongly by those who do not expect or believe that lapses will occur. I can promise you with 100% certainty that they will. By not expecting that a lapse will happen, you are all the more caught off guard and unable to deal with it when it does occur. Here is an example. You're a sex offender and you're driving past a park and you start to slow down and you start to look at everybody closely, and then you stop your car or you pull over and you suddenly realize you're cruising for victims. That is a lapse. You have not done anything yet. That's why it's not a relapse. It is just a lapse. No one has been hurt. At this point, things can go one of two ways. If you go the route of the AVE, the abstinence violation effect, you will feel like a failure. You may feel that treatment, if you're in treatment, that the treatment has not worked. You might feel like you're never going to make it. You're never going to succeed. If you don't allow the AVE, then you will realize that this is just a lapse. It is not a relapse. No one has been hurt. You can start your car again. You can move on. Look, treatment of any kind, or watching these videos, or whatever it is that you're doing to try and correct your behaviors and your thoughts, does not forever wipe out or immediately wipe out any trace of abusive desires. But understand that even a momentary loss of control can be devastating. All right? You also need to accept that there is not a cure for sex offenders. It does not exist. Look, people who haven't had a drink in 30 years will still refer to themselves as recovering alcoholics. It's the same thing with sex offenders. You are constantly in a state of recovery. There is not a cure. You have to look at lapses as an opportunity to enhance your self-management skills through an inspection of acceptable bad choices. I don't like to say mistakes, but slowing down at that park is not a mistake. It's a bad choice. You have to look at those acceptable bad choices. If you can enhance your skills with these lapses that you have, you need to look at your lapses as a benefit. Try and see the silver lining. It's a benefit to enhance your skills. All right? The lapse is a benefit if only for that purpose. You will improve your coping skills. This goes not only for sex offense, but also for self-destructive or any kind of other abusive behaviors. In the meantime, be aware of your cues or your precursors that precede a lapse. All right, now you need to personalize what I'm telling you. Think of an example of a lapse that you may encounter. What effects would you experience from that lapse, and how would you intervene? All right, next time, I'm going to start our last official module. It is on moral reasoning. Please understand that when I am talking about morals, this has zero to do with religion. All right? I don't want to scare anybody away. All right, so until next time, please subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to share these videos with someone who you think they can help. Feel free to communicate with me through this channel or through Facebook or through Instagram or through Twitter. And until next time, be well.